Today, we're going to make a classic British dessert cake simply called a cherry cake. This recipe is part of my ongoing series of baking with Paul Hollywood of the Great British Baking Show fame and his book titled Bake, My Best Ever Recipes for the Classics. In the description, Paul writes that, like the Victoria sandwich, I think the cherry cake is one of those truly classic cakes that needs to be in every baker's repertoire. This version includes almond flour, which helps it to stay moist so it will keep for longer. Candied cherries give it a burst of sweetness and color. Candied cherries are also sometimes called glacé cherries, and while they're popular in England, you may have to do a little searching to find them. Are you ready? Well then let's get started. Put all the ingredients except the cherries and almonds into a stand mixer fitted with a paddle attachment. Start mixing on low speed until the ingredients are combined, then increase the speed and mix for 1 minute until the mixture is smooth and pale. So here we go. So I just want to say at this point, the original recipe for this cherry cake calls for a 6-inch springform pan. Well, I only have a 10-inch springform pan, so I had to go with what I got. So what I did to accommodate my 10-inch pan was to double the recipe. You can easily cut all of the ingredients in half if you, in fact, have a 6-inch springform pan. We have our springform pan. So this step requires us to put all the ingredients except the cherries and almonds into a stand mixer fitted with a paddle attachment and start mixing on low speed until the ingredients are combined. Then we'll increase the speed and mix for 1 minute until the mixture is smooth and pale. First we have 330 grams or 2 2/3 cups of all-purpose flour. 4 teaspoons of baking powder, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So 1 1/3 cup or 220 grams of superfine sugar. Two sticks of margarine or butter. Paul Hollywood often uses margarine in some of his cakes and recipes because he feels like he likes the oil of the margarine sometimes better than the butter. In this case it calls for 2 sticks, so I'm going to use 1 stick of margarine and 1 stick of creamery butter. So here we go. 1 and 2. Boom. 4 large eggs. In you go. 1 1/3 cups or 130 grams of almond flour. 2 tablespoons of whole milk. 1 and 2. And so Paul calls for 330 grams or 2 cups of candied cherries, halved. Put all the ingredients except the cherries and the almonds into the stand mixer, fitted with the paddle attachment. Start mixing on low speed until the ingredients are combined, and then increase the speed and mix for a minute until the mixture is smooth and pale. Good and tight. Here comes the paddle attachment. I have to stop right here. I can't believe it. I made a big mistake. The recipe calls for the paddle attachment on the stand mixer. And look, I just put the dough hook on the stand mixer. It was 9 o'clock at night after a long day, and that's my only excuse. So please use the paddle attachment, not the dough hook. Bring it on down, and away we go. One thing Paul's recipe does not call for, but I like to add to my cakes, is just 1 pinch of fine sea salt. This comes from my bread baking experience. I always add a little pinch of salt to my bread, and it's good in a cake too. This cake is going to be beautiful, I just know it is. It's going to be a treat to eat and a treat to share. Who are you going to share your cherry cake with? So the next step says to fold 3/4 of the candied cherries into the mixture and spoon it into the springform pan and gently smooth the top to level it. As I said, these are not the candied cherries that Paul Hollywood would like us to use because I couldn't find them in any store in town, including the British store. Are you with me? Here we go. Into the springform pan we go. Now gently smooth the top to level it. We are making Paul Hollywood's classic cherry cake. Sprinkle over the remaining candied cherries and poke them into the surface of the cake. Arrange the whole almonds over the surface and gently press these in too. Then bake for 1 hour until the cake is risen, lightly golden, and springs back when gently pressed in the center. So let's sprinkle the remaining candied cherries and poke them into the surface of the cake. Here we go. Sprinkle and poke, sprinkle and poke. Arrange the whole almonds over the surface and gently press these in too. Whole skinned Marcona almonds. Very special. There we go. It's all set to go into the oven now. Bake for 1 hour until the cake is risen, lightly golden, and springs back when gently pressed in the center. Look at this beauty. Oh, it's amazing. We're going to pop it open, lift, and reveal. Ta-da! There we go. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful cake. It smells so good. But we still don't know what it looks like on the inside yet. But we're about to find out. So here we go. Oh, it's so soft and tender. Ooh. Is that beautiful? Yes, it is. That's a beautiful, beautiful cake. And as I always like to say, the truth is in the tasting. Here we go. This is the stuff. Thank you, Paul Hollywood. You've done it again. We've done it. Let's keep going. Please be sure to click the like button and subscribe to my channel. And do leave a comment below. Thanks for watching.